All right, you guys, thanks so much for hopping on the team call tonight. I'm excited actually to hear from a couple of the girls on our team, and we're going to talk a little bit about styling today and also about how to do flat lays. And so I asked Poolani to talk about styling today, and I also asked Mandy to talk about some flat lays. And but before that, I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about how to boost a post. I don't know if any of you have used that feature on Facebook, but we have the option to pay for Facebook ads for our businesses on Facebook. And I feel like sometimes we underutilize that a little bit. I have been playing around. I've done it pretty often and have played around with different things and have been more successful in some of my posts than others. And so I wanted to share a little bit of how to actually boost a post, how to create that ad, and then also what I've been more successful with in boosting those posts when I've actually reached more people and had more engagement in those posts that affected maybe whether I had people join my group or whatever the purpose was, that it actually worked. So, but before we talk about that today, I would love to hear if you have any good news from this past week. Any good news that you would like to share before we get started? I would love to hear it. We'll just have some awkward silence for a second. Just kidding.
I have some.
Yay! Share.
I did share. I put it on the team page. I got my my vehicle for my mobile boutique. I'm so excited. We started getting it already.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And it's like a big van?
So it's an RV actually.
Okay.
So our plan is to take everything out of it. We're going to put in racks and whatever kind of organization stuff. I live in a tiny apartment right now, so I don't have space to expand my inventory, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit. I'm like, that's what I need to get my business going the way I need it to. So I knew I kind of wanted to go that direction. We're like, well, let's do it now. Then I can put whatever I need to out there. I can do my lives out there. I have everything already set up. I don't have to worry about when I go to other people's houses, I don't have to worry about like animal hair and whatever else, like allergens for other people. It's all in one secured spot. They can come in. I'll have changing rooms in the back and mirrors and whatever else. So
I love it. That's so exciting. You'll have to show us the progression of that. That's awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Anybody else want to share some good news from this week or the past week since we've seen each other last?
I think it's exciting that most of us got convention tickets.
Yeah.
Hang out in sunny California.
Yeah, for sure. I am so excited. Like that's, all in all, you guys, that's probably one of my favorite things about LuLaRoe is like getting to hang out with everybody and to party, like have fun and learn and grow. But I mean, like, that's one of my favorite things. So I am so stoked for how many of us are able to go. And, you know, for those that can't make it, I am excited to also have all of us bring back that excitement that we feel at the convention and to bring back all of the things that we learn. So that'll be super fun, but that is great. Thanks for sharing, Linz. Anybody else have something to share?
So I can say I have some good news. Can everybody hear me okay? Mm-hmm. Good news, I have figured out the iPad a little bit.
Woo!
So I've been playing with that because I'm not an Apple user, so that's been a challenge, but no, it's not too bad. So I'm figuring that out, and I'm going to convention, and my husband's going with me. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And even my kids are going, but they're going to hang out somewhere in California while we're at convention. How funny is that?
That's awesome.
So yeah, just super excited for that.
Totally. Awesome. I'm glad that you're figuring out the iPad. It's kind of nice to have that to take to pop-ups and stuff, maybe.
Yep.
Cool.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share? All right. Well, feel free to add in anything at any point if you're ready to share. I wanted to share some good news. So I did my first vendor event. I've never really done a vendor event. I did my first one last Saturday, and it was an interesting experience. I actually, in the beginning, we didn't have a lot of people, a lot of activity in our I guess event. Because it was so rainy. I had Lindsay and Keely come by and say hi, and they were awesome. Thanks for supporting me. But other than that, I felt like it was really slow in the beginning, which I mean, I kind of expected, or I kind of anticipated that. I wasn't expecting to make a lot of sales, but to try to make contacts and try to make friendships, maybe with the other vendors as well. So we spent a good portion of the day. We were there from about 9:30 until 2, and probably a good portion, maybe more than half the day that we were there, we actually, we didn't really sell much. We had some vendors come into our area, our room that we had, and then we had, then we went out and talked to vendors as well, and kind of, we did some trades. We talked about their products, and I feel like it was such a success for us. I had my assistant Kim with me, but I feel like just by getting out and talking to some of those vendors, we actually made some good relationships. And we did some trades. We got people signed up for the leggings giveaway that we were doing, and so we got some new contact info, which I was excited about. As the day went on, surprisingly, people started coming in and shopping. I don't know if it was because the weather cleared up and then all of a sudden people were out, but we ended up having a good amount of people walk through, and I probably sold about $500 of inventory, which, I wasn't really planning to sell much. And then we booked 2 parties, which was crazy. We ended up
$800 of trade?
and $1,000 of trading stuff. Just kidding. I didn't add it up, so we'll see. But I feel like at those vendor events, something that I learned was that it's really not so much about how many sales that you're going to make at that event, as much as it is you making connections with other vendors, because other vendors have more disposable income. As much as you want to create new customers through some of the people that come to those events, they're being given a lot of free stuff. They're really not there as much to shop unless something really catches their eye. So I felt like that was such an awesome opportunity. I did get quite a few contacts on a list. Here's my list. I'll show you of contacts that I got. So I filled out, quite a few spots. I really had to encourage people to enter the giveaway. I had to ask everybody. I say, hey, don't forget, I'm doing a leggings giveaway, so make sure you enter and write down your info. And some people just, I could see it in their faces. They're like, I'm not going to enter the giveaway, because you're going to get my contact info, because everybody's asking for their contact info that day. But I had, Mandy was awesome, and she made me like some Lula Cash that I could print out. And so everyone that entered the giveaway, they also got $5 Lula Cash to use on their next purchase. I told them that I would be announcing the giveaway winner in my shopping group, so they needed to be in there in order to see who won. And anyway, so I felt like all in all, it was a pretty good success. It wasn't about sales, but I felt like I was able to make some good contacts and, make some new friends amongst other vendors that have now joined my shopping group. So anyway, I thought that was exciting. So that was a good experience for me. I learned a lot, and in the beginning, I thought I would never do one again. I'm like, this is so boring. I'm never going to do this again. And then in the end, I was like, maybe I would do it again. So it was actually pretty awesome. So anyway, little tidbit about that. Okay. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and move into, I think what we'll do is I'm going to actually start with showing you how to boost a post, because that's a little bit more boring. And then I'm going to, it's hopefully helpful to you, but I'm also going to post a link to a website that actually talks a little more in depth about how to create your Facebook ads. But I'm just going to walk you through it just really quick so you can kind of see how I do it. And then after that, we'll move on to, we'll have, let's have Mandy go first and talk about how she does her flat lays. And then we'll end with Pulani talking about styling and kind of some, her creative ways on style. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you real quick.
Who's that? My friend Jenny.
Who's that? I hear you.
You say hi. Say hi to Jenny.
Hi. Hi, cutie.
That's
All right. Here's my screen. All right, here's my Facebook page. Now I created a video, I believe, and I posted it in our Facebook group. So if you have not watched that and learned how to create your Facebook page yet, make sure that you go and watch that. Okay. The difference between a Facebook page and your Facebook shopping group is in your Facebook page, you can actually boost posts and basically create ads through your Facebook page. So this is what anyone can come and find when they're searching for LuLaRoe in their area, okay? Which is great. It's great to have this page. I've had people that I don't know message me on this page looking for LuLaRoe or looking for, you know, something. So here's my Facebook page. All right, so first things first, when you're going to create an ad, you first have to create a post, okay? So I'm gonna come down here and show you this first post that I created. This was from our training event that we did. It was that Fantastic Friday where I did a training about how to book pop-ups. And so I took a picture and then I did a post about it. I added some hashtags, which are great for if people are looking for specific things, they can type a hashtag in the search bar at the top and it will pull up all different posts about what they searched for, okay? So hashtags are awesome if you want to try to reach people that maybe you normally wouldn't, or people that are looking for something specific. So this post I felt like was more, the point of this post was more about the LuLaRoe opportunity. I talked a little bit about my, you know, what the blessings are that have come into my life because of LuLaRoe, and then I also put it out there if you're looking for, you know, an opportunity to help others, bless lives, I would love to share the opportunity. So I would like to boost this post. I would like it to reach more people than it normally would. If we don't boost a post, this is how many people I reached, which actually is pretty good. I mean, it was 1,013 people. But I would like to reach more than that with the opportunity. So right down here, after I've posted this post, then you have the option to click on this button that says Boost Post. So we're going to go ahead and create a Facebook ad through this post. Okay, let's wait for it to kind of pull up. Okay, so here on the left is where you're going to select your different options. So one of the things that I think is more recently added is this add a button to your post, which I am super excited about because it directly links them to something specific. Like let's say we want to share the opportunity, right, for this post. So I'm going to add a sign up button to my post. Okay, so it's going to add that button at the bottom here where they see it, and they'll see it, you know, in their feed. It'll come up and they can click on that sign up button. And then what I have to do is I have to link it to my sign up link. So let's see if I can do that here. I have it. Here's my sign up link. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so then once they click on that link on this ad, it'll take them right to my sign up page. You know, they can fill that out if they're ready to go. Okay, next section is your audience. You want to be very specific about who you want to reach. And it's really cool. I actually did a post more recently, and I targeted Texas more specifically. So I have Dallas in here, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Waco, Fort Hood, just straight up Texas. I have some cities close to me, but I was really specific. I just basically targeted some cities, big cities in Texas, and then some cities in Utah. And so you can target as many as you want, but what I've learned is that you want to be really specific. You don't want to target too many general areas. Otherwise, you're going to spend more money and you're not really going to be as effective in reaching the people that you want to reach. Okay. All right. Next, you have to select who you want to target. Do you want to target people who like your page? So anybody who's liked your page, it'll reach those people. Or do you want to target people who like your page and their friends, which I think is really probably the best option. So I usually will select that one. And then stateswomen, I'm not sure what that really honestly means. So, or you can do people you choose through targeting. That I've done that one, and I've also done people who you like, who like your page and their friends. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one because that way I'm reaching people who maybe have connections with me through their friends. Okay, and then next section, you want to choose a budget and the duration of your ad. So basically, when you choose your budget, that's just the highest that it'll charge you. It won't go over that. And if you don't get as much interaction on your post, you actually could be charged even less. So it's nice because that's really just your top budget. $30 here is going to reach 3,300 people, up to 3,300 people. Okay. And this says of 30,000, which is a lot. If I go up to 100, 5,900 people. And this is because I'm targeting, and this one says your budget is much higher than usual. I don't know. I think that just means you probably don't want to spend $500 on that post. I mean, honestly, $30 is awesome. You could even go down to 15. Okay, so you just need to decide what your budget is. Okay, and then that's about how many people you'll be able to reach. The next thing is the duration. You can choose to do it for 1 day, 7 days, or 14 days. And then it kind of breaks down the average amount that you're going to spend per day. And then lastly, you have to make sure you have a payment method here. Okay, so once you've decided on those, you decided how long you want it to go for, then you're just going to click boost. It will, what will happen is it will actually take a moment to approve your boosted post and make sure that it's appropriate and something that should be, is okay to be boosted, and then it will post it for you. And then afterward, after your ad has been finished, after you close your ad after about 14 days, it will actually send you a notification letting you know how you're posted and what kind of interaction you got. So there's that one. Another one that I did just recently that actually worked really well was I did this huge giveaway. I gave away 20 pairs of leggings to the first 20 people who added 100 friends to my group. I was a little hesitant to do this because I thought, I wanted quality people in my group and I don't want just anyone to join my group. But I talked to a mentor, Kelly Fott, when I was in Puerto Vallarta, and she recommended that I do this. And so I did this, I posted it in my group, but then I also posted the same post here in my Facebook page, and then I boosted it. Okay, so here's the reach. I reached 1756. Okay, so this first little muted yellow section is what I would have reached without my, the organic. Can you see that? The organic number is 599 people, and then my paid reach was over 1,100 people. Okay, so that's how much more I was able to reach because I boosted my post. Here's my results. Let's look at those too. Okay, so here it shows you, this This one, it said I only ran it for 1 day because it was really a fast giveaway, and then I paid $15. I had 48 engagements on my post, which means they either liked it or commented, or they liked my page, or they clicked on the photo. Okay, and yeah, and I spent $15. So I spent my whole budget for the reach I wanted. So that one actually turned out really good. I actually had people from Texas joining my group. I had a shop now button right here. Do you see that? I had shop now, so they were able to click on that and it links right to my page, right to my shopping group, which is awesome. So I felt like that really worked. But I really feel like, so some of those tips that I told you, make sure that you target more specifically. Make sure that you have a purpose for your post rather than just any kind of post. Like this one's fine, you know, it's showing, you know, what I'm doing and, you know, some of the blessings. I could do that as maybe a join the opportunity. But always make sure that you have like a good purpose to your post. This one was awesome because I was giving away leggings and people loved that. Some other things you could do would be to post your new inventory and then put a shop now button. So anyway, that is how you create a boosted post. You guys have any questions about that, about creating a post? I would challenge all of you to try doing one post this week. Kim always recommended doing at least one boosted post per week. And so that's kind of a good guideline for you.
I have a question.
Yes.
So sometimes, you know, like on your Facebook page that you're talking about, is that your business page?
It is my business page, yes.
Okay. So sometimes it'll tell you, hey, you can boost this post for $5. What's the difference between what you did and that?
Hey, you can boost this post for $5. Let me see.
Yeah, sometimes it'll do stuff like that. Facebook will, you know, send stuff in like notifications that said you can boost this post.
Oh, okay.
Add, you know what I mean?
Yes. So, I mean, I think they probably do that each time you post something in your Facebook group, in your Facebook page, in your business page. So that just brings you to the opportunity to boost your post. And then once you click on that, you will be able to kind of adjust and select and target. But that's just kind of a notification to let you know you can boost that post if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I know because I was like, what if I hit that? What's it going to do? You know,
going to charge you $5.
I'm like, what the heck? You know, so
you should try.
That will just direct me to what you were doing, basically.
That's what I think it would do. I don't know for sure, but
it starts at $5.
It probably starts at $5. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I would freak out over $5. However,
true.
It depends if it's $5 a post. You know what I mean?
You you just don't know for sure.
Right. Okay.
And it actually will let you set limits, and you actually have to put your credit card information in before anything goes on, so you can't accidentally do it either, just so you know.
Oh, sweet.
You can't accidentally charge hundreds of dollars to your
Nope.
Great.
Okay, good question. Any other questions about boosting posts? Okay. All right, cool. Let's, I'm going to stop this share. We're going to go back to, we're going to start with Mandy first. She's going to talk a little bit about how to do flat lays, because if you haven't noticed on her page, she's actually done quite a few flat lays and they look awesome. Her outfits look amazing. She's been spending a lot of time doing those, and I feel like they look really awesome and are a good way to show how to style your LuLaRoe, and also add different things to it to kind of show your customers how to put those things together. So Mandy, let's turn this training over to you.
Whoa.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You guys can hear me? Okay, perfect. So flat lays. I love putting clothes together, but I don't have mannequins. So that's kind of why I do mostly the flat lays. One thing I do like about it is I mean, truly, I lay it flat on the ground. So I can kind of manipulate and rework, the clothes so that they look the most attractive to people. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I've been focusing a lot on the flat lays. I guess supplies. There's very few supplies needed, and I think most of you probably already have them anyways. So the main one would be a background. For mine, I use just a paneling board here. And that's something that's super simple to get. I mean, it's already done. It's just a long board. It fits your clothes. I just picked it up at Lowe's. You can get it at Home Depot too. They have all sorts of backgrounds. Like I think they had like brick, or they had a darker wood. I stuck with the white because I wanted my clothes to be the main thing on the picture. So I picked something light so that the clothes would stand out. But it's so easy to get, so easy to find. You can use, I've seen some people use like, what is it? The white foam boards that are like poster boards, right? That totally works too. I think the white work really well. I've seen people use sheets, but you got to pick your background. So pick your background. And then the next thing I have is I have a lighting kit. It wasn't too expensive, but I think it was probably super, super beneficial. I use it for just about anything I take a picture with, whether it's myself or my clothes or taking pictures just for the album post. It helps so that you can see the clothes so that it's the right colors. And I think as far as the lighting, I think it kind of helps, at least for me, when I take my pictures, it makes me feel like my pictures are a little more professional than homemade. Technically, they're all homemade, right? We're all taking pictures ourselves at home. But having that light makes it look a little more professional. You can shine the light in specific spots that you want to see. So I do have the lighting kit. And then the only other thing you need is something to take pictures with. So a camera or your phone. I use my phone mostly because I like to be able to have the pictures with me. So if I'm running errands or something, I can just use my phone and quickly log into Facebook and post whatever outfit of the day that I had saved on my phone. So what I usually do is I take once or twice a month, and I can get pretty much all my flat lays for the whole month done if I just take maybe a day and do all of it. Then I have a flat lay a day to post. And I found that a lot of Instagrammers really like the flat lays. I think Facebookers too, but I've noticed a lot of Instagrammers specifically really like the flat lays. Mm-hmm. So other than that, you need clothes. And I think we all have clothes. Oh, thanks, Chelsea. That's so nice. As far as, well, let me show you my setup. It's a little scary, so let's see if I can turn the camera around. Okay, so I'm in a teeny room in my son's room in our basement, so that's where he sleeps. But here is my background, and this is the background that I just use normally when I do any of my lives, any of my sales. Basically, that's the one. I just laid it on the floor, super simple. And then I have my lighting kit, and I love it. I love it a lot. I can move it around. I can, put it wherever I feel like I need to shine the light. And then here is the last outfit I took a picture of. Okay, so I just kind of made sure I laid out the skirt all nice. I can fold it to however I want. You can put clothes over the top. And then I guess my other favorite accessory that I didn't talk about was my letter board. It's been like my best friend with flat lays because I don't have to remember what size I put in the clothes or I put down for my flat lay. I don't have to take another picture and say, oh yeah, shoot, that was a medium. It wasn't a small. So it's there. I remember. I know where it's at in my computer. Super easy. People can just glance at it. They don't actually have to read. They can just glance at it and see what they like. So that's kind of my setup. Really small area, but I make it work. The other thing I think that is really important in your flat lays is to put accessories. I think that can be important. You can do it without accessories, but I think sometimes the accessories help. So like having like a theme in some of your pictures, like I'll have a cute dress and I'll throw in like a necklace, or I think I've used like a clutch or something and have it themed to date night, or you can put heels or some shoes, or I use a lot of hats. I think a lot of people have a hard time imagining how to put stuff together. And so that's where we can help them. We can say, you know, hey, this looks great if you're working out. So here's this, you know, a pair of tennis shoes and your workout clothes. It works awesome. Or a date night. And when I style some of them, I try really hard to, yes, Chelsea, it is Letterfolk. My sister got it for me for my birthday. I'm so lucky. Thanks, Jenny. But as far as the styling, I like to put at least 2 items on. So if it's a Carly, I like to put a classic or an Irma. And then like this one, I knotted it so that your customers can see other ways you can wear these items. Or honestly, I find a lot of pieces that I'm like, this is meant to go with this Sarah. Like, these two go together. They need to sell together. So I take a picture, I put it together, and I'm like, this goes so well together. You need to try on both. And then I've also found that a lot of the things that I put or take pictures of for flat lays, when I go to parties, I found that a lot of people have actually looked at my flat lays. They haven't necessarily bought them, but they looked at them and they've saved them. And then when they come, they're like, do you still have this flat lay? I want to try it. So then I pull it out for them, put it together, and they try it on and they buy it. So it works really nice. So I think the next thing I'm going to try is doing a lot of flat lays with the things that maybe I don't sell a lot of or as much as the others, and seeing if that helps boost that style. But yeah, I don't know. As far as the styling, when I put stuff down, I like to knot things. I like to layer. I like to roll the sleeves. I do that a lot. Rolling the sleeves is fun because you get another glimpse of a different pattern or color, just something that breaks up solids. I'm trying to think. When I take my pictures, I do take a few different kinds of angles. So when I'm doing my full-on album, like I did an outfit album sale. So when I did that, I'll just switch it around so you can see. When I took those pictures, I basically just took it from straight over the top. I didn't do anything super fancy. I just wanted people to see how you could put it together, you know, how it lays. I want them to see the full item. But when I do my outfit of the day post, you know, sometimes I'll come in and I'll angle it. It's okay to cut off a little bit of the corners, just kind of changes it up, jazzes it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that helps some of you. Flat lays are really easy and they're fun, and I think everyone can do their own style in it. Yeah, make it your own. I've seen people do flat lays where they even just fold the clothes and then, you know, they kind of make a geometric pattern, or they throw in other items and do more of a monochromatic. So there's so many different ways to do it, but I think the flat lays are so fun. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys wanted to know or have questions about?
That's awesome, Mandy. Great tips on how to do flat lays. Really great tips. I'm going to try some. Any questions on flat lays, you guys? I haven't done a lot of them, and I think I should. I love how it really presents the product and shows how you can accessorize it, and also what matches with it, other product that matches with it. So awesome. Thank you so much, Mandy, for sharing that.
No problem.
Awesome job. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and move now to Poolani. She's going to share some styling tips. You ready, Poolani?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize for my no makeup Monday, but hats to cover all that stuff. Okay, so I came up with 3 tips. I am not by any means a pattern mixing boss whatsoever, but I like to play with stuff. I kind of just put things together. I let it marry a little bit, marinate. Do I like it? I come back to it. I step up to it. I step back from it. I kind of look at it quite a few times to see if it still looks good together. And then if I don't, I'll just take it apart and try something else. So first thing is have tools. Biggest thing is color wheel. The color wheel tells you what goes together. The patterns that we have are amazing for that. All you have to do is pull one color from it and it essentially goes with it. But if you're trying to do things off the fly and thinking, well, I don't know if that goes together, the color wheel is your best friend. The other tool, the great tools that we have are those kaleidoscope pictures that are in Fashion Fun. They are amazing at showing us different patterns and different like styles that can go together. But the biggest things to remember are your color palette, and then
So how do you use the color wheel to make it work for you?
oh yeah, so color wheel is directly diagonal from one another here and then next to each other as well. So the complementary colors are the ones next to each other and then diagonal from it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, color palette, pattern mixing. Very, very, very basic stuff is large scale, small scale. If that's all you can remember is just having some sort of a smaller scale pattern and a larger scale pattern, you'll do well with just kind of working stuff together. You can also think about maybe having the same background color as the other pattern when you're trying to do some pattern mixing. Key things are polka dots, stripes, animal prints, and pattern textures. Like some of those new Sarahs that we have with this textured pattern. Okay, those things all play well together with everything. So polka dots, stripes, animal prints, and then patterned textures. Those always will go with something when you're trying to do some pattern mixing. And then the last little part of this is when you see those knots that everyone is doing, you have to try them. There are so many different ways to do knots. I don't like the little tail, so I tuck it. You can also do them backwards so that you pull it from the inside so that the tail doesn't stick out. There are different kind of ruching things you can do too. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well. But you can use the rubber bands. I think these rubber bands work better than hair ties because they have a little tack to them and they don't tend to slide off quite as much as the hair ties do. But you can, from the inside, obviously, untie this.
Will you show us some of those knots you've done?
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So from the inside, it's easier to do when it's on a mannequin too, versus trying to do this on yourself and reaching around the back. You kind of decide where you want your gather to be. So if you want to accentuate your waist, you kind of go at the natural waistline. If you want it to kind of be at the bottom, the top of your bottom, I guess, and at your lower back area, you just kind of have to decide where you want it. You essentially are going to create a ponytail inside with your material. And Carly's are super cute for bustling in the back if you don't mind showing your backside. I mean, it's not really exposed, but. Okay, hang on. So depending on how high you get it, you can kind of play with the this little bit. I haven't figured out how to create less of a bulky part here, but I've seen it done where it lays a little bit more flat. So again, you just kind of have to play with it, but it's essentially just a little ponytail inside. Yeah. Let's see. Front side, everybody knows how to tie on the front side. You can also do those little puckers on the front part too. When I do my knots, I like to do them on the side, then it doesn't feel invasive, I guess, in the front. But the same kind of knot you could do if you wanted to accentuate your bust line a little bit. You could do the same little knots here. And once you have that rubber band in, you can kind of pull it to get a little bit less of a pucker. This probably won't lay quite as well as the back will, but you kind of get the idea. Belting is another thing. I love this classic tee tied over the top. Depending on how high you want it, you could put it at your natural waistline. You could put it just above it. The idea with scaling your outfit is never typically a 1-to-1. So you think about your whole body, you want proportions in 1-to-2. So this would be like here to the rest, or 2-to-3, which is below the waistline. This targeted area is not the area where we want our focus to be, I guess. So, or you could do obviously the longer with the Carly, and then do like the Cassie with a peek through. That's super cute. Okay, so second tip is never, ever, ever, ever discount the size. I love sizing up and sizing down in my whatever I wear. The fabrics that we're getting are so amazing. The stretch is incredible. So I created this tiny little stretch graphic for my shoppers so they could kind of understand, because that's one of the questions I'm always asking. How's the stretch? How much will it stretch? Is it a medium with a good stretch, or is it a medium with it's probably going to fit true to size kind of thing? So I don't get it, and I put it on, and I'm like, fat guy in a little coat. You know, I don't ever want to have that problem. So that's one of the things that's kind of been important to me, trying to size up and size down. So I did very small, like 1, 2, 3. One is it doesn't have very much stretch. It has a little bit of stretch, but it's probably going to run more true to size. I did 2, which you could probably size down 1 size, and then a 3 stretch is it's very stretchy. You could probably do 2 to 3 sizes in that, depending on what you like. I've tried to help people get what they love. Like they'll like it and they're like, oh, it's too big. And I'm like, wear it as a dress, you know, tie it up, wear it to the side, blouse it up a little bit. If you love it, you can make it work for you. And then when you're putting stuff together, give them ideas about dressing it up and dressing it down too. It's one of the things that, like, a Carly could be totally casual. You could also dress it up. Everybody's seen the like tulle skirts that you can put underneath it and belt it. Kind of makes it a little bit more dressy. Obviously accessories do that, but when I think about doing those things, I try to tell them LuLaRoe products that they can kind of either dress up or dress down with those. And so I put a few patterns together. And I really had to think, like, when I'm putting stuff together, I have to put things together that don't necessarily appeal to me, but they appeal to a more broader audience. So I know what I like, and then I'll look at something and go, that's really not cute. Why did they make this pattern? But it appeals to somebody, like it speaks to someone. So I kind of had to broaden a little bit and think, okay, what could that go with? And have I seen that on somebody before? Or, you know, would somebody wear this? And they probably do. That's why everything sells. So this is an Irma that's super cute. It's an extra small. I love all the colors with it. And I just got Azures. And so I'm excited because I get to do more outfits now. But you see how the two of these play well together, where they kind of pull the same colors out, and the scale is a little bit different. So larger scale here, smaller scale here, okay, with those two.
Cute.
Okay, next one is very bold, but kind of have to, like, okay, I may not like this, but somebody might. So this is a classic tee. It is a small, yes, small, and it's more like a mustard and black color with that basket weave pattern, which I have loved. And then I got this medium azure, and with the two together, I loved it.
Yeah.
So small and larger. And you have to remember that a floral is kind of like a polka dot, so it's going to play well with others. Okay.
Mhm.
And then, of course, a stripe. These stripes are so cool. They have smaller scales and larger scales going on right now with that chevron meeting right there in the middle. So this is a small classic tee. It's kind of a periwinkle and a gray color. And I paired it with this azure that has that periwinkle color in there. Not really any gray. When you put the two of them together, they're pretty cute, right?
Yeah.
So,
Cute.
and then this is my new favorite. I got the most adorable Randy from Mandy. Oh, Randy from Mandy. I wore it with the Cassie that didn't really have a lot of blue in it. It had the tiniest hint of blue in it, but I loved it together because I don't know. Blue to me is more like a neutral. I don't really treat blue as a color. I treat it like a black or a gray or a white color. So Randy's and Cassie's are my new favorite. And this one is too small for me, but it's a small Randy, and it is ribbed. But it has some orange and red in it. And I love it with this floral Cassie. So again, you have the smaller scale stripes on the sleeves, and then the larger scale floral on the bottom. And so I noticed we've been getting a lot of these like muted colored shirts, and they're not really appealing to people. I'm like, they're perfect with jeans. We don't sell them, but they're perfect with jeans. They're just like a regular soft t-shirt, and I cannot get anyone to bite on them. So that's my new goal, is to get some of these rotated out. But this is one of those really cute, like stained glass Cassies that has kind of those muted tones to it. So even though this doesn't like match it perfectly, the same kind of black lines go with it. I don't know if you can see that. But that's one of my goals, is to get people to love these because they are super cute and I do like them. I probably will have to start wearing them so that people can see them on a person and relate to it and like get that idea. So those are my tips. Get tools, refer to them, never discount a size, and show the versatility. And that's it. Pinterest is my friend for pattern mixing ideas. They have some really good like pictures and ideas of how to pick your prints, what to match with, what doesn't go. They get very bold. If you're that bold, go for it. But I have dairy farmers that I sell to right now, and they're like, yeah, I'm not wearing leggings. So I have to kind of ease into it a little bit, but that's all I have, unless anyone has any questions. Okay, thanks.
No questions, you guys? Questions for Poolani. That was awesome, Poolani. Lots of great tips.
I would have just said wing it, so that's way better.
That's how Mike does it. He wings it. But he's actually kind of a natural.
50% of the time.
One thing I wanted to point out too for both Poolani and Mandy is that they've kind of done their research. They, you know, Poolani said she went to Pinterest to learn more about how to pattern mix. And also, you know, you kind of, I think part of being a business owner, owning your own business, and is knowing what you're selling and about what you're selling and how to sell it. So it's super important. I love that they both mentioned that, you know, they learned and watched, you know, and studied other places to learn about how to do what they're doing. That's super important. It doesn't, not everything just comes. There's a lot to learn in the business, and, you know, Fashion Fundamentals has a lot of things, like Poolani said. They post those pictures with color palettes and like outfits in those color palettes. And they're super useful, super helpful for you to implement in your business. So One thing that I would suggest and recommend that you guys do, if you're not already, is to follow Puolani, follow Mandy on their pages so that you can watch what they're doing and get more examples of what they're doing. You know, we can only share so much in the short amount of time that we have. So, but yeah, those are awesome.
I don't want us to get too much in the consumer mindset, but just think about it for a minute. If you're Mandy or Puolani's customer and you were watching them and you're like, wow, these two really know what they're talking about. They're really educated on this stuff. I think I'm gonna just shop with them from now on because
they know what they're talking about.
You know, and I think that's like one way that we can really stand out is if we know what we're talking about. You know, because we're more confident in it because we actually do know what we're talking about, and two, it just shows our customers that we're serious about the business.
Awesome. Any other questions you guys have for Mandy, for Puolani, about anything in general? All right.
It is Monday.
Okay, you guys. Awesome job. Thank you so much, Mandy. Thank you so much, Puolani, for sharing today. You guys did an amazing job, and I learned a lot of things that I'm going to definitely implement more in my business and selling too. So
yeah, thanks, guys.
You guys, thanks so much for taking the time as well to be on the call tonight, and I hope you guys have a great Monday night and the rest of your week, and we'll see you later.
Good night.
Okay, good night.